What's up, everyone? I stumbled on a city with hundreds of bridges, pirate legends, and beaches hiding a deadly secret. Most people have never heard of it, so I booked a flight to Brazil to see if it's as wild as it sounds. This isn't Rio or Sao Paulo. This is Recife. For the next 24 hours, I'll explore haunted streets, shark-infested waters, and one of the world's biggest carnivals. I'll show you why this might be the most underrated city on the planet. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happens at the end. Let's dive in. The moment I landed in Recife, I was struck by the sheer amount of water everywhere. Rivers, canals, and bridges seemed to weave through every corner of the city, creating a landscape unlike anything I'd seen before. I got why they call it the Venice of South America. But as I explored, I realized that comparison barely scratches the surface of what makes Recife so special. Honestly, that nickname doesn't do it justice. Recife isn't just a city with bridges. It's a city defined by them, shaped by the water that flows through its heart. The city is built on a patchwork of islands, all connected by a sprawling network of rivers and canals. Each neighborhood feels like its own little world, separated by water but united by bridges. Bridges are everywhere, over 400 in the greater Recife area, more than Venice itself. Some are sleek and modern, others are centuries old, each with its own story. The water isn't just a feature, it's the city's lifeblood. People live, work, and play along the riverbanks, and the constant movement of boats gives Recife a pulse all its own. To really experience it, I hopped on a boat with a local guide. Gliding through the waterways, I saw the city from a whole new perspective, one you just can't get from the streets. From the water you glide under historic bridges, some iron, some ancient stone. Each bridge is a gateway to a different era, a different story in Recife's long history. The city is a living museum with modern skyscrapers rising beside colonial buildings. It's a place where the past and present are always in conversation. People use boats like cars, and the rivers are the main highways. It's a rhythm of life that's both practical and poetic, connecting communities in ways roads never could. The architecture tells the story of centuries of change. You can see the layers of history in every building, every bridge, every street that hugs the water's edge. You see how Recife grew, adapting to the landscape instead of conquering it. The city bends and curves with the rivers, embracing the water rather than fighting against it. It's a maze of islands, a puzzle of bridges, and every turn reveals something new. A hidden alley, a colorful mural, a bustling market by the water. The guide laughed when I asked if anyone's counted every bridge. By the time you finish, they've built more. The city is always growing, always changing. This place is always evolving, shaped by its waterways. New bridges rise, old ones are restored, and the city's story keeps unfolding along the rivers. The boat tour showed me Recife is more than beaches. It's a unique urban experiment, a city that's learned to live with water in creative, beautiful ways. History and modern life flow together here. Every day, locals and visitors alike cross these bridges, connecting not just places but generations. And this was just the beginning. I could feel there was so much more to uncover, so many stories waiting along the next canal or behind the next bridge. I knew the city's secrets ran deeper than its canals. Every waterway seemed to hint at hidden histories and local legends. Time to dig in. Let's go. Recife's bridges and waterways are just the start of its story. After the boat tour, I was curious to dig deeper into Recife's history, and what I discovered absolutely blew my mind. It turns out this city wasn't always Portuguese. At one point, it was actually under Dutch rule, which is something most people don't realize. The Dutch left their mark by building canals and bridges that still shape the city today. But their influence went even further. They brought a rare spirit of religious tolerance for the time. That openness attracted Sephardic Jews escaping persecution in Europe, who found a new home here and built the very first synagogue in the Americas, Kahal Zur, Israel. Walking down Rua de Bom Jesus, a street lined with centuries of history, I finally found the synagogue tucked between colorful colonial buildings. From the outside, it looks like just another colonial building, but stepping inside is like traveling back in time. Every detail tells a story. You can see the original stone foundations and centuries-old artifacts, all preserved from that first Jewish community that settled here. Standing in that space, I realized something incredible. The roots of New York's Jewish community actually trace back to this very spot in Recife. When the Portuguese retook the city, many Jews were forced to flee. Some of them sailed north and helped found the first Jewish community in New Amsterdam, which would later become New York City. This hidden chapter of history adds a whole new layer to Recife, connecting it to stories and places far beyond Brazil. It's not just a tale of colonizers and empires, it's about journeys, seeking refuge, and the ripple effects of migration across continents and generations. Every cobblestone street here has a story to tell, if you know where to look. Empires clashed, cultures blended, and new ideas were born in this melting pot of a city. And yet, all of this happened in a city that much of the world has overlooked or forgotten. Sometimes the most extraordinary stories are hiding in plain sight. Recife is living proof that history is everywhere, just waiting to be discovered. Now let's get spooky. Recife's ghost stories are next level. The Cruz do Patrão monument by the harbor is infamous for hauntings. Locals report strange lights and screams at night. I visited at sunset, and the atmosphere was genuinely eerie. But the wildest story? The floating coffins. In 1975, a massive flood submerged the city's oldest cemetery. Hundreds of coffins floated through the streets. Residents saw caskets drifting past their homes. It was a real-life nightmare that left a deep scar on the city. The event blurred the line between the living and the dead in the most literal way. Recife's beauty hides a dark, unpredictable side. Here, nature and history collide in the most shocking ways. Exploring Recife is like peeling an onion. Each layer is more intense than the last. This city's past is always just beneath the surface, and sometimes it rises up. Literally. Ready for more? After all that, I needed some sun, so I hit Boa Viagem Beach. It's paradise, golden sand, warm water, palm trees, but there's a catch. This is one of the world's top shark attack hotspots. Red warning signs line the shore. Danger, shark attack risk. Since the 1990s, over 60 attacks have happened here. The culprit? A new port disrupted bull shark breeding grounds, forcing them closer to shore. The river nearby attracts them too. The rule, stay behind the reef at low tide and you're safe, never go beyond it. Lifeguards are strict, they'll shout if you get too close. For the video, I waded into the natural pools at low tide. The water was amazing, but I was hyper aware of every shadow. It's paradise with a dangerous edge. That's Recife, beautiful, wild, and demanding respect. You can't just enjoy the view, you have to understand the risks. It's an adrenaline rush and a lesson in nature's power. This city keeps you on your toes, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's keep going. Think you know Carnival? Most people picture Rio's glitzy parades and samba dancers, but there's another side to this legendary festival that's even wilder. Recife's Carnival is a whole different beast, bigger, louder, and more untamed than anything you've seen before. Here the party spills out onto every street, alley, and square. It's raw, chaotic, and happens right on the streets. Free for everyone, no tickets, no barriers, just pure celebration. The heart of it all is Frevo, a wild, acrobatic dance with tiny umbrellas and frantic brass bands. The music is fast, the moves are dizzying, and the energy is contagious. I joined the Galo da Madrugada, the world's biggest carnival parade, with over 2 million people flooding the streets at sunrise. The energy is unreal, and the sheer scale is mind-blowing. Here, you're not just a spectator, you're swept up in the madness, part of the show, dancing shoulder to shoulder with locals and visitors alike. Strangers become friends in an instant, and the city transforms into a massive, open-air party where everyone is welcome. I got swept up in a bloco, one of the many street bands, dancing through the winding streets as the music echoed off the old colonial buildings. Then came Maracatu, Afro-Brazilian drum groups in ornate costumes, bringing centuries of history and tradition to life with every beat. The drumming is hypnotic, the atmosphere electric. You can feel the rhythm in your bones, and the crowd moves as one. And then, towering above it all, the Boncos Gigantes, giant puppets of celebrities and historical figures, dance through the crowd, adding a surreal, playful twist to the chaos. It's hilarious, surreal, and pure Recife, where the unexpected is always just around the corner. Hours flew by as I danced, ate street food bursting with flavor and soaked in the beautiful chaos that never seemed to slow down. The colors, the sounds, the passion, there's no way to capture it all on camera, it's something you have to feel for yourself. Recife's Carnival is the city's soul on full display, a living, breathing celebration of its people and culture. It's creative, resilient, and fiercely proud, a testament to the spirit of Recife. Forget what you know about Carnival. This is the real party, raw and unfiltered. It's the most joyful, uninhibited celebration I've ever experienced, where happiness is contagious and everyone is invited to join in. In Recife, Carnival isn't just a party, it's a way of life, and it's open to everyone. After 24 hours in this insane city, here's my answer: absolutely yes. But come ready for adventure. Recife isn't a passive vacation spot. It demands your attention and rewards your curiosity. It's for travelers who want to dive deep, not just skim the surface. Here, history lives in the streets, the music, and the people. You can explore colonial forts, swim at wild beaches, and party all night, sometimes in the same day. Recife is unapologetically itself, beautiful, chaotic, and a little dangerous. It's not polished for tourists. It's real, raw, and unforgettable. If you want a trip that sticks with you, put Recife at the top of your list. This city is a treasure chest waiting to be opened. The journey is worth it. The best travel stories are found off the beaten path, so go book that ticket. Recife is waiting. That was Recife, a city of rivers, pirates, parties, and sharks. I came to see if it was as wild as the rumors, and it blew my mind. From floating coffins to the world's biggest street party, this place is a non-stop adventure. The best stories are hiding in cities you've never heard of. Stay curious, look beyond the obvious, and find places with real soul. I'm leaving a piece of my heart here, and taking some of Recife's energy with me. Would you dare visit? Hit subscribe, share your underrated city stories below, and I'll see you in the next adventure.